Hi everyone, my name is Yashwant and welcome back to my channel. So in this course, we're going to learn how to build and deploy AI agents on AWS. We will take them from scratch and go till the production. We will learn everything from the scratch. Making a basic AI chatbot is one thing, but making a reliable, secure agent that real users can trust is a whole different game. So we all know that building a quick proof of concept is easy, but getting it to work for thousands of users is really tough. So today we are going to tackle the same problem, the real pain points of that transition. So we will break down the 7 components of AgentCore and when to use each one of them. So we are going to learn those. So make sure to stick around until the end of this playlist because we aren't just looking at the slides, we're actually going to build and deploy agents together. So to understand how agents work, we need to talk about something called as React pattern. No, it's not a programming language. It simply stands for reason and act. Now, to give an example, think of a normal language model as a brain in the jar. It can talk, but it can't do things. An agent, on the other hand, can act on behalf of you. For example, let's say a user asks, what are some healthy Indian recipes? And also says, order those for breakfast, right? So the agent will first reason about your diet preferences and then take actions by placing order or even doing grocery shopping for the next week for you. So that's how it actually works. Now, this sounds amazing, but there is a problem with this. Building this in production is a nightmare because you will have to take care of the infrastructure. Managing the infrastructure is complex. Security is nightmare because we are dealing with the customer data and any data that is getting compromised is not good, right? And you also need to manage the memory because it should remember, if you come back after a week or two, it should remember who is this exact person who I'm interacting with. If not, it is a waste of time. And integration with other tools is also a problem. So you need to integrate tools and memory for or monitoring for errors. That is also a tough game, which is why prototypes work great on your laptop, but getting them into production takes months together of effort. And this is exactly where AgentCore comes into the play. So think of AgentCore as the ultimate managed infrastructure. So you don't have to manage anything. AgentCore will give out of the box for you. So it's a managed infrastructure for AI agents. So you don't have to manage the server yourself. And the best part is that it gives you total flexibility. So you can use any frameworks like CrewAI, LangGraph, Strands, Llama Index, or even which comes later as well. So which is what we will use Strands SDK for this particular course. So that is why we will learn Strands SDK from scratch and try to deploy AI agents together. And cool thing is that you can also swap out the brain which we talked about. So remember the model itself is called as brain for our analogy, and you can swap that brain at any time. So you can use Bedrock, you can use OpenAI, you can use Claude, Gemini, Mistral, depending on your use case, it can be changed. And this makes your agent production ready from day one with built-in scaling and security. So there is only minimal or no code changes at all with all these features. So which you will see in the later parts of this playlist. So AgentCore is just not a big one confusing tool. It's a toolbox filled with 7 native resources. So if you see here, we have observability, we have identity, we have API, AgentCore Gateway, AgentCore Memory, we have tools, and we have runtime. Now, this is just few things on the plate right now, but in addition, AWS might include few more and the architecture will change. So what I'll do is I'll keep the playlist updated as and when there is a new changes. Okay. So this handles everything from your runtime and identity management to built-in tools and memory storage. So let's break down the most important pieces so you know exactly how they work and when to use each one of them. So in that sense, let us understand AgentCore Runtime, which is where your agent actually lives. So this is a box where your agent actually lives, right? When a user talks to the agent, AgentCore gives them a dedicated isolation section. So whenever you open a laptop, so you will get a dedicated isolation session for you to work, right? So similarly, whenever you go ahead and approach AgentCore runtime, you will get a dedicated isolation session for each user. And this isolation session lasts for 8 hours straight. So you don't have to, manage all these things. It is given out of the box for you. And they can even handle massive 25 MB payloads. If you need to send the AI large images or documents, you can do that. Plus, it is strictly pay per second. So you only pay for whatever you actually use. That's the cool thing about using a cloud, right? So next, let us also understand some more things like how exactly the deployment works, right? So we understood the runtime. So how do we get our local code up to the runtime is what we are going to discuss now. So the deployment flow is actually simple. So you have your Python code ready here. So assume that it is written on Strands SDK. So this is the logo of Strands. We have written the code in Strands SDK, and this is our Python script. Okay, and we have our requirement.txt. So whenever there is a Python script, if you require libraries or frameworks, we definitely add them in the requirement.txt. So once you have these two on your local machine, you integrate it with tools. If you want, you can integrate it with memory, and you can use any of the language models that you want, and then just simply run AgentCore configure. So what AWS does once you run this is it will create a Docker file on your local machine, and it is automated, so you don't have to write manually. All the things happens behind the scene once you run AgentCore configure, and a YAML file will also be created. It will help for the deployment. Now, what after creation of this Docker image or Docker file? Sorry. So after Docker image or Docker file, so you can just run AgentCore deploy, and whatever the Python file you have, whatever the requirement.txt file you have, and the Docker file, along with that, all of them will be uploaded into the S3 bucket. Whatever the name of the agent that you give will be created, S3 bucket will be created under the hood, and all these files will be automatically transferred to your S3 bucket. And then it will go ahead and build the Docker file using the code build. Then it will go ahead and create that as a container image in the ECR, and then that will be deployed as a AgentCore. So AgentCore will run the agent with the endpoint. The users can go ahead and access that endpoint and access the AgentCore itself or the agent itself. So this is how the deployment actually works, right? So if your agent needs to fetch data, something which is outside of the system, you need something called as AgentCore Gateway. So remember this: if your agent requires to fetch the data or do anything or call an API which is outside, external to AWS, then you will go with AgentCore Gateway. So usually you would have to write a bunch of custom integration code to connect different APIs to your AI. The gateway transforms those standard APIs into tools that agent can automatically use. So this saves you weeks of development time by completely eliminating all the manual glue code that you have to write, right? So that's how AgentCore Gateway works. Now, what if user logs in after a week, right? After a week later. So you want the AI to remember them. So AgentCore comes in two flavors for now. And there is something called as episodic memory. We will talk about that in the later part of the playlist. But for now, just remember that when it comes to memory has got two things. One is short term and the other one is long term. So when to use what? Short term memory is for keeping track of the current conversation. So whatever the interactions that you're making with the LLM at the moment or the agent. So for the interactions that you're making right now with the LLM or the agent, that is used with a short term memory to remember that details. And the long term memory for saving your preferences. Let's say while interacting, you say a few things which are considered as your preferences. For example, I want South Indian cuisine. Okay, I like South Indian and I am a pure vegetarian. So in that situation, South Indian and veg is your preferences. So those things will be stored in your long-term memory. So that is the key difference between your short-term memory and for your long-term memory. Like I mentioned, there is something called as episodic memory. So we will talk about that as well in the coming days. So you don't have to spin up or manage a database at all. The infrastructure handles remembering user patterns for you. So everything is managed for you. But you just need to understand the concepts really well. So because we are building for production, security is non-negotiable, right? AgentCore Identity handles, there is something called as AgentCore Identity. We will talk about this in the coming lessons. So it handles authentication, meaning you can easily connect standard login systems like OAuth or Cognito. So it works with OAuth, Cognito, which is AWS native, and also works with Microsoft Entra ID, right? So it works with that too, right? So this, you don't have to create and manage your own identity if you want to work with agents. So it automatically manages the security tokens and keeps credentials safe, so you aren't stuck building complex login infrastructure yourself. So I know it is overwhelming to understand right now, but as and when we crack the hands-on part, I'm sure like you will understand how things are actually working, okay? But stick around with me till the end of this playlist. That's the only thing that I want to ask you. And hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll make sure to provide quality content in coming days, okay? Next up, let's understand the AgentCore tools, like how is it different and how can we use it? So now let's look at the tools that gives your AI its real superpowers, right? So first we have the code interpreter, which allows your agent to execute Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript. So instead of just guessing answers, your agent gets a completely secure sandbox with VM level isolation to safely run this code. So this setup is absolutely perfect for running heavy data analysis and complex calculations on the fly. Second, your agent gets access to cloud-based browser for full web automation. So this allows your AI to handle form filling, web scraping, and other direct web integrations. So the best part is that it does all of this incredibly fast with sub-second latency. That's the key thing that I wanted to highlight in AgentCore tools. Next, now we are building this for real world, right? So things will occasionally go wrong and you need to know exactly why. This is where observability comes in. So there are cool features when we talk about observability. It provides step-by-step traces of your agent's execution. So you can see it's exactly the thought process behind it. Everything can be seen. The steps that it took, what tools it used, all those things can be seen in the traces. So we will see this in action when we go ahead and deploy this in production. So hold on till the end of this playlist. So you get performance metrics in real time along with deep error tracking and debugging logs. It also comes with direct CloudWatch logs integration and built-in support for open LLM telemetry and trace loop. Ultimately, you will use all of this to quickly debug any tricky reasoning errors and keep your agents running smoothly. So now at the end, to summarize, whenever you need to connect an API, persist a conversation, manage user access, or monitor your agent, AgentCore has a specific service built in inside, so to do all the heavy lifting for you. So you have now understood the pieces of the puzzle, right? So in the next part, we're actually going to jump into the hands-on where we will create a simple agent, connect to Amazon Bedrock, and deploy it for real world, right? So if this is something that excites you, consider subscribing and also like this video, hype the video, and share it with your friends who are in need to learn AI at the moment. So let's dive in and let's get started.